and welcome back to my channel. This is episode 10 of my journey in the Women's World Championship. In this vlog, we will be taking you on my very first race weekend for 2025, but it is for the Victorian Road Racing Championship, and for us, we're using it as, I guess, a little bit of a test for the upcoming season in the World Championship. So we're super excited. We'll be racing at Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit for round 1 of the Victorian Road Racing Championship. You guys love all the behind the scenes with these vlogs. I guess this is also the lead up to the very first race weekend of 2025, showing you guys what kind of stuff we actually do to prepare for a race weekend, even though it's only a state championship. Let's go. It's like an official workshop. Yeah. Show everyone your little creation, let's just say.
Couldn't get a GYTR lock stop, so I made my own. Stop the big tank slappers on the R7.
I reckon that's factory. Well, you do kind of get them sometimes going from like, nah, not a tank slapper, but like the bars.
Goes like this.
Yeah, that's
Scary.
It is scary. So, race weekend, obviously we've done a little bit to the bike, and there's a few other things that we found as well with the bike. So, firstly we'll go through the forks. What have you changed on that?
Because the forks are standard, there's not a whole lot you can actually change. Just to make sure that they are exactly the same as what we have in Europe, I just got the proper Öhlins oil that they use in WorldWCR. We were just running like an equivalent oil, but I wasn't in a hurry this time, so I had time to order the exact right Öhlins oil, just to make sure that there are no differences. I don't think it'll make any difference, but why not? They needed a service anyway, so got them serviced, put the fresh oil in. The other thing, just because I've got my own R7 now, sort of worked out that the ride heights were quite different. So if you have a look at the way that the swing arm pivot's mounted on the R7, what it goes through is sort of bolted to the main frame, and there's a lot of tolerance in the engine mounts and stuff. I've just reset, basically undid everything, jacked the motor up and did it all back up properly. I had some measurements from our brand new bike in Europe of pivot heights and stuff like that, so we're able to make sure that it is exactly the same as a brand new bike, whether they're right from the factory or not. But I think that moved before we left for Europe. Tayla had a big crash at turn 1, and I think that's when the engine moved then, which should have been fixed straight away, but we just basically parked the bike and left. So yeah, got that all sorted, and then we've got some new, well, not new, but some freshly painted fairings and some stickers ready to go to make it look nice and flash for racing this weekend.
And then I have a lot of questions about if, obviously there's a lot of stock standard things on this bike. Are brakes one of them? What sort of oil are you using there?
Yeah, the brakes are stock. This is just Motul RBF 700, which is the same as what they put in the bikes in WorldWCR. Technically, if you read the rules, we actually are allowed to change brake fluid, but well, it's got twin R6 calipers, so it's probably got more brakes than it needs, so we don't ever seem to have any real brake issues, so that works quite good for this. Just keep everything the same.
Who needs to pay someone for graphics when you've got a TED?
You YouTubed it.
But for someone who didn't even know what Illustrator was before...
Or how to turn the computer on.
Or how to turn the computer on. He's really progressed his skills a fair bit over the past 12 months, I guess you could say. But yeah.
I had to buy a new computer now that I know how to turn one on.
Yeah.
That's how fancy we're getting now.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I had a lot of people say how good the bike looked in WorldWCR, but that was actually Ted that created all of that and taught himself how to do it. So this time around, he's done his own stencils and everything for our Australian R7 bike, so that we can actually sticker the whole entire thing, which is going to be cool. Actually show you his whole like stencil pack that he's made. Again, Ted didn't know how to do any of this kind of stuff until we started in WorldWCR, and when he wants to do something, he basically just YouTubes it. But yeah, basically if we teach ourselves how to do all of this kind of stuff, then the less we have to rely on other people. He's pretty determined, to say the least. So like I mentioned before, he's done all of my leather suit designs, all of my bike designs. He's did the helmet design, but he's always done it through Photoshop. So what he's been trying to teach himself the last few weeks is how to do a sticker kit. So these are some of his stencils. You just can't be unhappy, like, looking at that logo. It's just...
Very happy logo.
It's a very happy logo. I don't know why.
Good smile.
Getting those angles. Can't forget this bad boy. Well, I think that's everything. So we are all packed and ready to go. Because we're at Phillip Island for nearly a week, we have a little bit of extra stuff to pack. But yeah, that's why we had to pack the BMW as well, just for Ted to do his coaching as well. So final pieces of the puzzle is my leathers. Ugh. And we will see you at Phillip Island. One more destination on our trip to Phillip, which is AMX Superstore. Pick up some new city boots, 2 more pairs, because again, my other pairs are currently still in Europe. So guys at AMX have sorted me out with 2 new pairs of city boots.
How's it going?
Surprised I haven't forgotten about that trailer vehicle. It was about time when the photographer showed up.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go. You're in my vlog.
In the vlog.
In the vlog.
I'm meant to be behind the camera, not in front of it.
Yeah, but everyone's got to know the man behind all the pictures.
Do I get a new hat today?
Nah, Ted only brought 2. Soz. It's coming, I promise. I'm so excited to say that in 2025 we are partnering with Aussie Aloe, which is an Australian-based, from the Gold Coast, aloe vera company. These guys have such a cool range of products that go well beyond aloe vera, and check out their website if you want to know more. It is also Friday today, which means that it is practice today, and then we go into racing on Saturday and Sunday. So we've got Lockie here behind the camera that'll be taking you guys behind the scenes and helping with this vlog series, and hopefully we can show you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes to a Victorian state championship. Still have that fingerprint on your lens.
Instead of Balkans.
Still losing on the exit of 1, because as you come through 1, then you start pushing against the wind.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're like allowing for it.
Yeah.
So the bike's going slower because to be able to make time up, you're going to have to go through.
Henry
Like,
turns
yeah.
in a lot later through turn 1.
Yeah.
Like I'm already in and he's still like going straight.
Yeah.
And then so I tried that on the last lap.
Yeah.
Maybe when I did the 45.
Yeah, the last lap was faster.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I tried to hold it a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're just losing nearly 10 k's an hour on the exit of 1.
Okay.
But you're not doing you're rolling off a little bit early.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the fact that because of the wind, you just it washes off more speed than it normally would.
At 300.
Today you're actually riding through Hayshed full, but it's slower because of the wind. But there's nothing you can do about that, obviously. But you're riding good. And then again, you're struggling on the exit of 11, but again, you're pushing against the wind.
Yeah.
But you're much faster when you tip into 12 today. Like, so you fixed the problem at turn 12.
Yeah.
It's just we're not getting the benefit from it because you're so slow.
But I feel like...
But you are still entering 11 too slow. You drive out of MG, good, but then you close the throttle just a fraction early and wash that
but it's
speed.
like every time I try and get on the throttle hard into second, I literally feel like the bike's gonna, like, I genuinely get that feeling like it's gonna, but because I have to be so aggressive to get it over more to that side of the track, I can't keep turning it and get on the throttle hard. Like, I'm having to get on the throttle a lot calmer, otherwise the front just goes, and then I feel like it's a chain reaction, because then coming from 11, I feel like the bike doesn't, because I don't chop the throttle going into 11, I feel like because it's getting so raised coming out of 10, I don't know if that's half my issue, is because I'm not doing any motion to get the bike back down, if that makes sense.
Better day now.
Oh yeah, and then that was actually on the race on the hay.
It felt good then, it's just really hard to turn it into 12.
Okay.
Like my throttle trace around turn 12 and that shift.
You're coming into the wind. As you're pushing it wide.
Yeah, because I can't get it to actually like go right to the side.
The issue that you had yesterday.
Like, yes and no, but I feel like I was having a lot of input into turning.
We've done it.
Break later.